Picture this. It's 3 p.m. on a Thursday, and an employee is just staring at their screen in a moment of absolute workplace panic. A massive career defining opportunity has just opened up in another department, but there's a catch. It requires cross functional backing by the end of the day. They desperately need some advice, a warm introduction, or really just a little bit of inside intel to make their move. This is the exact kind of break they've been waiting for all year, the kind of thing that can completely alter a career trajectory. So, with their heart racing and the clock relentlessly ticking down, they open up their contact list, hoping for a lifeline.
But as they scroll, that sinking feeling sets in. Almost every single person they know, every contact they have, does the exact same work they do. They're surrounded by brilliant, hardworking people who are, unfortunately, trapped in the exact same silo. There's no one from operations, no one from marketing, no leadership contacts on this list. It's not a bridge to new opportunities. It's just an echo chamber of familiar faces. And the realization hits them hard. There is literally no one to call.
And this situation perfectly highlights a huge flaw in how most of us operate. Why do we often think about building a network only when we suddenly need one? We tend to treat professional relationships like a fire extinguisher. Think about it. You walk past that bright red cylinder on the wall every single day, completely ignoring it, until the moment you smell smoke and the building is already burning. But that reactive approach almost guarantees the connections won't be there when you actually reach for them. By the time the fire starts, well, it's way too late to read the instruction manual on how to build trust. So let's fundamentally reframe what we're doing here. Networking at its core is about personal connection. It's authentic relationship building, not collecting contacts or followers like you're hoarding poker chips. If you're looking at networking as a transactional numbers game where you only reach out to extract value, you are definitely doing it wrong. People can smell that desperation a mile away. Real networking is about genuine human interaction that both sides actually enjoy. It's driven by curiosity, right? Not transactions. Just think about the stark contrast between two very different approaches to making connections. On one side, you have the frantic act of speedrunning a conference, rapidly exchanging 30 business cards with people whose names you'll forget by the time you reach the parking lot. Those glossy cards are destined for the bottom of a laptop bag or getting lost in the wash. On the other side, think about the power of a single handshake. One meaningful 15-minute conversation where you actually listen, understand what the other person cares about, and find genuine common ground. That one focused conversation over a cup of coffee, that is worth 1,000 unread business cards. Which brings us to a truly crucial mindset shift. You absolutely have to build your network before you need it. Real relationships take time. You simply can't microwave trust. An interconnected web of relationships has to be proactively cultivated long before you ever hit a crisis or need a favor. It's exactly like planting a garden. You can't throw seeds in the dirt on Monday and expect a harvest on Tuesday. You've got to pay it forward without expecting an immediate return, laying down that groundwork while the stakes are low and the pressure is totally off.
Let's look at how this actually plays out over a timeline. Say we're on year 1. You have a great chat with a colleague from a totally different floor, and you just stay connected. No hidden agenda, just friendly rapport. Fast forward to year 2, and you grab a casual coffee to reconnect, see what they're working on, maybe share a laugh over a common workplace frustration. Then, year 3 arrives, and your massive project hits a devastating roadblock. Because you spent 2 leisurely years building that bridge, that colleague gladly introduces you to a specialist they know who can save the entire project. But if you had waited until year 3 to finally say hello, knocking on their door only when you were desperate, there's no way that door would have opened.
Now, to build real capability, you have to seek people out who are outside your normal circle. Remember that echo chamber from our opening story? Well, if you only talk to people who think like you, work like you, and analyze problems exactly like you do, you're never going to learn anything truly new. Building bridges to folks outside your usual department brings in fresh information, entirely new skill sets, and radically different perspectives. It's basically the difference between looking at a problem through a tiny peephole versus a panoramic window. Let me give you an example. Imagine a business analyst who is totally stumped by a sudden, inexplicable drop in customer retention. If they only talk to other analysts, they just keep staring at the same spreadsheets, running the same models, and coming up completely empty. But let's say they decide to walk over and talk with someone in operations. Immediately, the operations expert points out a recurring shipping delay in a key region that never even shows up on the analyst's financial radar. Boom! A completely different view of a customer problem, solved entirely because a connection existed across different professions. Of course, to make those diverse connections actually work, you have to operate on one golden rule: give before you ask. A healthy, sustainable professional network relies entirely on mutual value. You can't just be a taker who only shows up when you need a withdrawal. You have to actively look for ways to add value to the people in your circle, long before you ever need to ask for a favor. It's all about building up relational capital and treating your connections with generosity rather than treating them like a vending machine for your own success. And hey, giving back doesn't require massive sacrifices of your time either. These are highly actionable habits you can start right now. You can share a relevant article or send over a podcast episode that you know a colleague would find genuinely useful. You can make a warm introduction between two people in your network who could really benefit from knowing each other. Or you can simply offer 10 minutes of your time to help someone put the puzzle pieces together on a quick problem. Small, consistent acts of giving build massive trust over time.
Ultimately, the whole system hinges on maintaining those relationships. Networking is absolutely not a one-time event. If you don't continually maintain these connections, they will eventually fray and collapse under the weight of time and neglect. You can't just meet someone once at a seminar, connect with them online, ignore them for 3 years, and then expect them to fight for you when a big promotion is on the line. Professional relationships, just like personal ones, require steady, low-lift maintenance to survive.
But maintaining your network is built on incredibly easy habits. It means occasionally reconnecting just to say hi, without any ulterior motive. It means taking 30 seconds out of a busy morning to congratulate someone on a work anniversary or a well-deserved promotion. It means sharing something useful when they randomly cross your mind, or dropping a quick message simply to ask how things are going. These tiny little check-ins are the glue that keeps the connection alive and ensures you stay on each other's radar in a really positive way. So let's jump back to our panicked employee from the opening story. Imagine if, over the past year, they had actually applied these steps. Instead of a few isolated silos of people who do the exact same job, their network has burst open into this vibrant, diverse map of interconnected relationships that cross every floor of the building. When that massive opportunity opens up at 3 p.m. on a Thursday, they don't panic. They simply reach out to a trusted connection in that specific department, someone they've been sharing insights with for months, and instantly get the guidance they need. To bring this all together, let's summarize this progression of sustainable networking. Step 1. Connect authentically with people, prioritizing depth over volume. Step 2. Give before you ask, providing genuine value with absolutely no strings attached. Step 3. Stay in touch through simple, regular maintenance. Step 4. Expand your boundaries outside your normal circle to avoid the echo chamber. And Step 5. Learn continuously from the diverse perspectives that your new network provides. Which leaves us with a lingering thought to put all of this into immediate practice. Don't wait for a crisis to strike. Don't wait until you desperately need a favor to start acting friendly. Ask yourself, who is one person outside your usual circle that you should get to know today? Go find that person, strike up a conversation, and start building that bridge right now.